See, we have learned different RP techniques or additive manufacturing techniques, but we have to differentiate with these parameters. So these are the parameters which differentiate the different RP techniques. What are these parameters? Once again, let us see about these techniques used for creating layers. So whatever may be the techniques used for creating layers. So it depends upon our material and application. We choose these techniques and techniques of bonding the layers together. Techniques of bonding the layers together. This is the one more parameter, and speed layer thickness. So layer thickness also plays important role in creating the or in reducing the components, range of materials, accuracy levels, cost. See, evolution. So when rapid prototyping comes into existence, rapid casting, rapid tooling. So additive manufacturing for automobiles for different applications, when it comes into existence, when this particular application comes into, additive manufacture used for automobiles. So when it comes into existence, producing aerospace components. So these are the different evolutions. In 2005, medical applications, that is jigs and guides. So different jigs and guides to hold the different devices. And 2009, medical implants have been produced by additive manufacturing or rapid prototyping. See, 2011, aerospace metals. So in aerospace, polymer-based materials have been produced uh, firstly, and next it comes to metal, producing of metals by using producing of metal components in the aerospace application. And nano manufacturing, that is, nano means it is very minute particles is used to produce the components like powder based nano powders. So today we are adding in research works, we are adding many nano additives to have the better strength of for the components. So nanotechnology, it is we are having separate topic or separate knowledge. Course about this particular thing, nanotechnologies. So architecture. So it is architecture. It is construction based application. In 2000 from 2013 to 17. From 2013 to 17, they have implemented these particular additive manufacturing technique for architecture applications. 2013 to 18, similar years, they have also implemented for the biomedical implants. And 1322, their expectation here is a prediction. The prediction is biomanufacturing. So about up to 32, they have predicted up to 32. Nowadays, human organ fully functionally, they are not going to produce fully functional organs. Just they are producing some implants and they are going to replace with the artificial joints. But in general, which is they are not going to respond for they are not having any sensitivity. Whatever may be the components are producing by the additive manufacturing or implants human body, and fully body organs are going to be produced by additive manufacturing. See, one of the case study they have given, industries are the two beneficiaries of additive manufacturing. So these are the two manufacturers in the world, and so here what they have, GE is ramping up the AM manufacturing of air engine fuel nozzles. These are the components they have developed. So the conventional methods of making fuel nozzles requires 20 separate parts and welding them together. See, before when they are adapting the conventional methods or traditional methods, so they require the 20 separate parts and welding them together. So which is extremely intensive. I mean, labor cost of the particular process is very high, and scrap rate and the wastage of the scrap, the word, the wastage of the wastage material will be very high, and when adapting or implementing the traditional manufacturing contents methods. So when they have gone for the additive manufacturing allows the creation of the pre-assembled nozzles. So when coming to the traditional manufacturing, they have to go for the separate assembly process. Reducing parts are different and assembling parts are different. So here the creation of pre-assembled nozzles. So when they adapt the additive manufacturing process, someone 393. See, a company also envisages 50% of the jet engine will be ready to manufacture within the current lifetimes. So about 50% of the engine. So they are going to adopt the additive manufacturing. So this gives their, I mean, advantage. I mean, for them economically, it is advantage in having advantage. See, in the graphical representation also they have given evolution in graphical representation. So that is rapid prototyping, rapid casting, rapid tooling. So rapid tooling we are having a separate chapter, we will discuss in that chapter. So am for automotive, aerospace, similar terms in the previous slide which we have discussed, but here the graphical representation is given up to 2030. They are predicting this full body organs at 2030. Already advantage, disadvantage, See, here always weight is the one of the important factor in the designing or producing of the component. So the traditional design. So this is the buckle, your belt buckles or some other components. Here, titanium buckle. Previously, they have used belt buckles. So they have used steel buckle with having weight of 155 grams. So the weight should be reduced on a like per 319 lateral enter. Please remove your name. Say, so when conventional manufacturing methods have been used, so the weight of the component, the weight and the conventional materials also, that is 155 grams. Weight should be reduced. Like for like basis within the saving project. And project partners are, so the company details are given: Plunkett Associates and Crucible Industrial Design. So these are the companies, and different companies are collaborated together to produce this particular part. So next, AM optimized design. So they have optimized. See, and compared to this, they have removed the material wherever it won't require. I mean, the strength, the required strength will be maintained. Even though the strength is maintained, they are going to reduce or eliminate the some quantity of material here in this buckle component. See, almost 70 grams. With 70 grams, with the same function will be uh, the same function is satisfied for the customer. The reduction of 55%. So the reduction of weight is 55% when compared to previous traditional manufacturing process or traditional methods. Combinedly, they have called it as design. So AM optimized design, traditional design. So for an Airbus, so they have used this particular buckles for the seating arrangement. Buckles we can use it in various applications, not only for our daily life, but also clamping of different belts. I mean, in your seat belts. These particular clamps are used in seat belts. We are having 30 seaters or 200 seaters, whatever maybe, depends upon these particular one component. The weight of the total assembled vehicle will be reduced. They see how detailed they are going. They are going on. So if they are going to reduce weight of the one component, and definitely similar components will be produced with the similar designs. So around 2000 200 to 100 to 200 seaters will be there, whatever maybe. Their number will be differentiated, depends upon the model and their vehicles. So again, for Airbus 380, for an Airbus 380, they have already reduced 72.5 kgs by implementing new design, additive manufacturing design. So what we call it as additive, I mean here topology optimization, the word topology optimization. So the topology optimization, what does it means some part of the material will be removed from the component, and that is also we're having the topology optimization, which includes the shape and size optimization also. Sometimes we may go for the shape optimization and also size optimization also, but the functioning will be the same. Finally, we have to satisfy the function of the function, and a customer must be satisfied. See, AM benefits. It enables new geometrical shapes. AM enables the manufacturing of new geometric shapes which are not possible with the conventional methods. Which is same thing which we have discussed previously. So here the additional advantages. AM makes it possible to design advanced cooling channels that cool tools components better and therefore reduce cycle time. So here for the cooling of particular tools or components. So when we are going for the traditional manufacturing methods, we have to go for the cooling procedure. Tool cooling. If you are not implementing this, the sharpness of the tool or the manufacturing the component shape will be disturbed. So to provide perfect shape and geometries, we are going to breakage of the tool also. We are going to cool the tool because of the high temperatures and development of high temperature that leads to damage of the tools. So all these things are eliminated in the additive manufacturing. That is the most benefit, one of the benefit which is going to be have by using additive manufacturing. So they have given again plotted the graph between the complexity and the cost. So here additive manufacturing, complexity is free, and conventional manufacturing. So complexity, when coming to complexity as a parameter, the complexity is more. Complexity is more for conventional manufacturing. So for additive manufacturing, it is having flat, having a linear, flat line. See, here these are also some of the case studies and what they have done, dental applications and implants, medical implants. Just go through the Just 1 minute go through this topic. The same content will be there. I mean, the output will be the same. That is, we are going to minimize the weight of the component, and we are going to minimize the time. I mean, lead time of the, I mean, manufacturing time will be reduced by adopting additive manufacturing techniques. See, improved fit via AM. Based on the 3D scans of the skull, the resulting implant will be perfectly into the skull cap, leads to faster recovery and reduces the operation time. So here some part of the skull has been damaged. So and not entire skull, a part of the skull has been damaged. So this brown color part has been joined to the original human organ. So they have taken the input data from the MRI scan or CT scans, and they have gone for the perfect alignment with the human skull. So that satisfies, I mean, that gives the advantage in this particular skull part, some part of the skull. So here also dental applications. So these particular crowns have been reducing faster crowns. So one AM machine produces 450 crowns per day, while a dental technician can make around 40. So here adapting these particular crowns by this particular mission, if you see, about 10 times faster than the traditional thing. So copings, I think coping is the thin layer which is formed on the teeth, thin layers which is formed on the teeth, produced for every day. I mean 10,000 copings. So dental treatments, these are all terms related to dental treatment. Just see here, there are the case studies, additive manufacturing case studies. See, Rolls-Royce, one of the company, well-named company, Rolls-Royce, automobile sector. So here, considering embarking on additive manufacturing of entire components because of the benefits of the faster production and reduces the cost. See, always reduction of the cost, every company aims for that. So says Rolls-Royce at the launch of the engine program, and we start consider the forgings. So and AM gives us a great opportunity. So just they are going to give their what they have get benefit from this particular technique. See, because conventional methods of manufacturing can take 40, 50, even 60 weeks, while a component using it taking 1 month, means about 10 months. So when traditional manufacturing methods or machines are used, they will take even, I mean, 10 months or 12 approximately 12 months and approximately more than 1 year. They are going to take that entire components or entire that component production will be completed in 1 month using additive manufacturing. See how advantage it is. Likewise, we priced by to fly ratio on materials. See, sometimes we mission away 90% of the material to create final component. See, wastage of the materials they are going to discuss majorly in this particular content. So, but AM, that figure is much reduced. Investing in AM missions will require a Rolls-Royce feel confident of their economic viability, and that the process will be as robust and reliable as traditional methods. So they have compared with the conventional methods. Just they have given their how they have felt advantage about this. And one more case study. This is another case study, that is in a technology strategy board funded projects. So we are having different funded projects. So if you go for the websites of ISRO website, DRDO websites, or Institution of Engineers. Now, as we are going for the today NBA program this year, so we have to register. I think you have received a message from HOD also, head of the department. He asked to register. Why? Because if you are really interested in some projects, definitely the support will be get from the Institution of Engineers. Already once I have given briefing about this, and I don't know how many of you opened Institution of Engineers website and go through the projects carried out and whatever may be the awards and rewards given for the batch wise or individual for the individual students also. Please go through those websites, and some of the funding projects really it helps your career. So uh, this is about the funding project, one of the funding project. See, project of Virgin Atlantic, the arm holding the TV monitor in the airlines upper class seats were redesigned for AM. See, in the airlines again aerospace applications. Here also they have taken aerospace applications. So most of the time these particular techniques are used for the commercial applications. Why? Because their human comfort and human safety is the important parameter. The human comfort and human safety is the important parameter. And generalized components, they will not mostly think about the high comfort or high flexibility for the user in general components, small components, whatever may be. Why? Because they can purchase or there will not be human damage. Definitely there will not be any human damage for those components. Whereas aerospace applications or biomedical applications, those are the commercial applications. So commercial application is concerned. So they will invest more and more. See, latticing reduced arms. So TV monitor will be there in the airlines. That TV monitor holding arms for holding the TV monitor. They have designed arm using additive manufacturing. Arms weight by 50% of the weight has been reduced after implementing AM, saving 0.5 kilo, I mean 500 grams or 0.5 kilo kgs for every unit. One component, half kg has been saved for one unit, one arm. So every seat we are in aeroplanes, they will have individual TV monitors. I don't know how many of you visited there. So just see the videos at least in the online. So I hope soon you will get up from the get the opportunity to fly after flying it. So you can make an economic case of additive manufacturing on that one component. So this is about they have given the details who carried out this particular additive manufacturing process. Associate Professor of Additive Manufacturing, 3D Printing Research Group. These are all the collaborating members in that particular funded project. So definitely funded projects having guide also. So please go through the funded projects. Our organization also is giving 20,000 for project work. If the project I mean, project panel will be there, finalizing panel will be there. So now, from now onwards, I request all of you to search about the projects, whatever may be the field you are interested. It may be a thermal, it may be a production, it may be a design. So whatever may be the field, choose the field. We are having 3 streams, you know. From the 3 streams, concentrate on the projects and funding projects like this particular teaching and organization. I mean, academia as well as industry. Academia and industry projects. See, this is about the reverse engineering. We discussed a lot. I mean, reverse engineering from the measuring the dimension of existing component, or from the data from the CT scans or MRI scans. And see, they have given a scanning report and reducing different components. See, this is the additive manufacturing integration. Here, actuators. So the mission, the additive manufacturing mission, having these particular components, actuators, sensors. What actuator are going to be, how actuators is going to be function, what they are going to perform. The actuator is going to be perform environmental control, temperature, humidity, atmosphere, etc. One of the, here process control. Finally, from bottom, see, from bottom we have to consider this system. So see, from internet we are going to have the system, that is a process monitor. Here we are going to generate a model, computer model, and process controller. And next it is shifted to use. So these all, slicing system, process setup, support generation, process monitor, all these things comes under the user interface. So second thing is process controller. Process controller, it involves what kind of process it involves? Just actuators, environmental control, what we discussed now, and interlayer control, recoating. So any coating is required. So after producing the component, additional sometimes we will go for the functionally graded coatings. What is functionally graded coatings? Any one of you? Functionally graded materials. Have you heard that word? Functionally graded materials. Any one of you? At least learn now. So functionally graded materials, it's going to be perform more than one function. The materials. So the one material which gives the elasticity, durability. Likewise, one material which gives the strength as well as performs other, stability also, stiffness also. So that kind of materials, functionally, we call it as functionally graded materials. So those functionally graded materials is used in the original compound product building as well as coating materials also. Functionally graded coatings is also there, like our painting for the homes. Functionally, if you go to the content, content of the specifications in the paint drum or that container, if you go details, so you will have that details. What are the materials they are going to use? Functionally graded materials. So as a mechanical engineer, we have to observe each and everything in your domestic purpose starts from the water to everything. So next, controlling, I mean motion control. Here process control again includes other performances. Here jet control for platform movement. Here in most of the applications we seen that jet direction is given in vertical direction. XY is in other two directions for completion of final project. So here from sensors it is going to be take, and from actuators, so output. So these are the general integration for an additive manufacturing machine. See here definitely materials, if material is concerned, we have to go for the expansion, thermal expansion characteristics. So that will be deferred for different materials. Here they have plotted graph for the specific volume and temperature. What is specific volume? Any one of you? Basic definition. What is the ratio? I mean ratio for specific volume. Any one of you? Here.
Sir,
చెప్పండి.
sir, volume per mass density, sir.
Volume per mass. Okay. So it just from basics. I want to recall whether you are alert in the basics. You are familiar about the basics. Yes. Volume per
Mass.
mass. So it is inverse of the density. They have given it here itself. It is inverse of that parameter which is inverse of the density. So here both the parameters, they have using both the parameters, they have classified the different materials. See here for glass, so glass is the brittle material and transition temperature, and so here volume per unit, temperature. In the temperature if you take, it will take more, to take more temperature. Next, solid alloy. So these are the mixture of liquid and solid alloy. So here pure solid. Here solid pure metal. So alloy, metals, alloy means mixture of the material metals. I have given in one class, I have given differentiated between composites and alloys. So the melting point. So in our periodic table, in the lower classes you have learned the melting points. In the periodic table itself, it is given for pure materials. They will give the melting points also. So this is about the temperature and specific volume relation. Based on these parameters, the thermal expansion, that is how it is going to be expanded, how it is going to be changed, its nature. Here load, displacement, these are the again other parameters. Load and displacement for metals, how it is going to be varied. For polymers, so for polymers, how it is going to be varied. So again they have differentiated. Generally brittle, so when it is going to be brittle, so they have taken TZ as the one of the point, and below the TZ point, this is the temperature. One temperature point they have taken for the reference temperature. So if it is if it is lower, then it is brittle. So, but the ductility increases as the temperature increases. So, as the temperature increases above Tg, the peak load will be reached and next begins to deform. So, again, it is going to be deformed after Tg. The reference point they have taken as the reference point. As the specimen approaches fracture point, the load rises due to the stretching of molecules. So definitely the material is going to be deformed. Otherwise, our component will not be produced in our, according to our requirement. See, these are the metals, different metals alloys. Titanium, calcium, copper, gold, silver. These are the different pure metals they have given, and also alloys, titanium based. Most of the biomedical applications, we are going to use the titanium alloys. So nickel alloys. These are the ferrous. So cobalt, copper. So these are the different alloys using in the various applications. See, these are the properties for the materials above given materials. Solid liquids, wetting characteristics. Wetting characteristics. So these are the theoretical aspects. So here different parameters, mathematical relations are given. Mathematical relations are given here. That is cos theta, I mean gamma is referred for solid vapor, and gamma LV is liquid vapor, and contact angle. These are the different parameters used to represent solid liquid gamma SL. These are the representing terms. Viscosity, viscosity, and the resistance, which is going to be resistance offered by the fluid. In basic definition, viscosity. So for that also they have given this particular mathematical relation. These are the different characteristics of the materials. So U naught. So unit viscosity that includes temperature terms. Phi, phi L is the volume fraction of the liquid phase. Phi M, critical volume fraction of the solid. So using these relations, we are going to find the viscosity. Mu represents the viscosity. Mu is the term referred for viscosity. So another formula, that is dynamic viscosity. So what is the difference between dynamic viscosity and kinematic viscosity? Any one of you? Basic fundamentals for the fluid mechanics. Dynamic viscosity and kinematic viscosity. Any one of you? As a final student, you must be familiar with the properties of fluids and metals also. Any one of you? Dynamic viscosity and kinematic viscosity. చెప్పండి. Unmute yourself. Just search now at least what is kinematic viscosity and dynamic viscosity relation. At least search in Google now. With reference to density. With reference to density. Okay. Learn I don't want to recall all these basics right now. So here we are having dynamic viscosity and kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity with reference dynamic viscosity by density of the fluid, which gives the kinematic viscosity. So that is, here some other terms are given. Boltzmann's constant for finding the dynamic viscosity of the liquid, which is using for the solid, polymer, which are going to use. So here T is the temperature, capital T represents the temperature, and gamma for the surface tension of the liquid. So for ceramics is concerned, here methods, how the process, ceramics is going to be have indirect and direct methods. These processes typically create a ceramic green body with a high content of organic and inorganic binders. See, these are the then binder burnout decides. So how this particular process will be carried out of the green body, conducted in conventional sintering step and direct methods, indirect and direct methods. So this combination, aluminum oxide less than 2000 degrees Celsius, greater than 2000 degrees Celsius. So silicon oxide greater than 1700 degrees Celsius. Also the larger thermal gradients. Gradient means difference from one point to other point. Thermal gradient. One temperature to other temperature. Thermal stresses and residual stresses associated with the melting and re-solidifying the laser-based AM process. So this is the direct method, and for this they have given the example also. SLM process was investigated to fabricate the ceramic parts from a mixture of zirconia and alumina by completing melt of the ceramic powder. So they have taken one kind of process, SLM process, and they have taken the completely melting the ceramic powder. And the ceramic powder bed was preheated to a high temperature than 1600 degrees. So above 1600 degrees, the powder is going to be heated. And why this is going to be heated is, the important thing is they heated up to this temperature is to reduce the thermal stresses. Thermal stresses will be reduced by heating up to this temperature. And nearly full dense and crack-free parts are obtained without any post-processing. So by adopting this particular process, we are going to eliminate, or we are going to we don't require any post-processing. So here crack-free parts will be obtained. Any such kind of cracks will not be produced by adopting this particular direct method. Fully dense net-shaped aluminum parts were produced by using lens by direct laser melting. So what I have said, functionally graded materials, which gives the performance in two parameters, or two or more than two, whatever may be, one more than one is going to be satisfied. So how the functionally graded materials, FGM, can be obtained by layered mixing of two materials of different thermomechanical properties with a different volume ratio by gradually changing from layer to layer. So from changing from layer to layer, the properties has been changed. Why? Because the different volume ratios have been adapted. By changing the volume ratios, definitely the mixing of the metals will be different, thermomechanical properties. Thermomechanical properties that is given graph to the presentation. So these particular functionally graded materials for the bones they have adapted medical application. Functionally graded materials in the different applications. I mean, racing, whatever may be, racing, cars, automobile sector, and cold storage. Functionally graded materials. AM sample. Fully driven snake-like robot. So this is the one of the robots they have produced by using AM process. See, component when building the parts in additive manner, considered having a clear idea about CAD model itself. We are having full data, so we can give instructions in the CAD model itself. If you want any modification, you can go with the varying the CAD models itself. Component can be inserted and it is possible to fabricate operational mechanisms in some AM processes. So this is a process planning in layer manufacturing. Layer manufacturing is nothing but ready to manufacture process planning. So how the data is transferred from at a different levels. So